Why do some people always seem to hurt their back? Or when they get better, it starts hurting again. Maybe that's you. Well, today we're going to go over one of the big reasons why people, and maybe even you, keep hurting their back. Even if you're in an episode or a time where you don't have back pain, if you've had it in the past, it is more likely to recur in the future because of the effect that the pain has on creating new movement patterns. So even after the pain is gone and you're pain free, these dysfunctional movement patterns can persist, leading to the chance of re-injury if they've never been retrained. Now, if you are someone who has experienced this in the past where you have episodes of pain and episodes where you are pain free, you know what I'm talking about in the real world. Well, research even backs this up as well, because there's a study, a well-known study in Pain Journal, that showed this exact point, to where they had patients or a group that had pain and a control group that did not have pain, and also a recurrent back pain group. And it showed that even in episodes and times where the patients or the pain group was pain free, they had these dysfunctional movement patterns and led to an increase in the chance of getting this pain again. And when this happens, when you have this dysfunctional movement pattern, it gets basically locked in the brain, and that's how your body moves, because it was used to that in that painful episode. It's similar to I like the analogy of having a sprained ankle, where if you sprain your ankle, you're limping on it, and then as it starts getting better, and you're not necessarily limping as much anymore, but there's because you were walking on it differently for a period of time. Well, now that movement pattern persists even when the ankle's not really hurting anymore. The same thing happens with your back, with your spine, with your low back, especially, and the muscles that are controlling that, and the postures that you get into to compensate for the pain that you experienced. Essentially, the brain creates a new normal. Or, another great example is if you've been in an accident before as a driver, well, now you become overly cautious when you're driving again because you don't want to get in an accident again. Like I said, the new normal persists in the brain. These altered movements and these persisting compensations continue on and can lead to a new injury, and then this new cycle of injury, and over and over again, this recurrent cycle of injury and pain that you're experiencing with your back. But here's the great news. These movement patterns can be retrained. Your brain can be retrained. Now, a lot of times it helps to have a professional guidance from somebody who knows what they're doing and can identify these problems. I'm also going to link here to a video showing you a very common movement pattern that gets dysfunctional, that gets altered when you have low back pain. And when we don't retrain it, it's called the hip hinge. Well, now again, it leads to more injury, leads to more wear and tear, because you're not using the muscles, you're not training the muscles, not training the brain with the correct movement pattern. So even if you are pain-free, you're not experiencing any back pain right now, it's important to get these movement patterns assessed to make sure that your posture is in a healthy alignment, to make sure that your mobility and your movement patterns are moving like you should, so you're not injuring yourself either for the first time or again and again and again. So what I do is, one, offer these posture and spinal mobility assessments. I'll put a link in the description down there in the comments. I'll also put it in the comments. So then you can click on that and you get $20 off your posture and spinal mobility assessment with me. It's a virtual one-on-one assessment appointment. You don't have to be in the area that I'm in. You can be anywhere in the world and we can do these because we meet over Zoom. But in the meantime, make sure you're not taking for granted these pain-free episodes or pain-free times that you have. If you're between times where you've had low back pain, make sure you like, subscribe for more spinal healthcare insights. Share this with a friend if you think it'll be helpful. If it explains a lot for you, it'll probably be helpful for them. And we can always retrain these patterns. We can retrain your movement. You can be healthy. You can be your own guarantee for your health in your life. I want to help you do that. So definitely click on the link below if you want more information about this posture and spinal mobility assessment. All right.